Chapter 2. There is a flame that never goes out. Bunny sat and stared into the styrofoam cup he'd been given. Having drunk its contents, he still couldn't say with anything close to certainty whether it had been tea or coffee. Beggars couldn't be choosers, though, even temporary ones. He looked up as the door to the interview room opened.
Detective Inspector Fintan O'Rourke. We have to stop meeting like this.
Never a truer word spoken. O'Rourke held his coat draped over his arm, and wore an expression that indicated bonhomie might be in short supply. He was a few years older than Bunny, but the man was the embodiment of the word svelte, the result of being the kind of smug bastard who somehow finds the time and energy to go jogging. In his mid-30s now, Bunny only ran when he had somebody to catch, and in those situations, adrenaline compensated for all manner of sins. Still, he'd been alarmed at how out of puff he'd been after just a relatively short run through Temple Bar. It was time to have a serious think about having a serious think about changing a few things.
What are you doing here at 4 in the morning, Detective Inspector? Did you piss somebody off?
I'm beginning to think I must have done, Bunny. Possibly God. The DI pulled out the chair opposite, sat down, and tossed a copy of an arrest report onto the table in front of him. As you well know, I'm here because you're here. Again.
So I suppose the question should be, what am I doing here?
Yes. Or, more precisely, what were you doing sleeping outside the central bank at 3 in the morning? Bunny shrugged.
I wasn't actually asleep. I was only resting.
O'Rourke rolled his eyes. Thing is, while the pay might not be what any of us consider fair, you're a detective in An Garda Síochána, and although you're currently on sabbatical, you're not homeless. I've been to your home.
You have?
Agreed Bunny.
In fact, you were part of a raid on it a few months ago.
You know that wasn't me. Bunny drummed his fingers on the table.
Would you believe they've still not paid me for the new front door, or that ceramic duck they broke? That was a present.
A good one?
No, but 'tis the principle of the thing.
Even for you, this is one hell of a way to lodge a complaint. O'Rourke leaned forward, put his elbows on the table, and held his face in his hands. I am so far beyond tired at this point, Bunny. I could really do without this shit.
Don't blame me. I didn't call you.
No, but the powers that be have decided that you're a problem. What's worse, for reasons I don't understand, they've made you my problem. He raised his hand to stop Bunny's objection before it started. I know. You don't see it that way. What a shock. How about... O'Rourke drew back and wrinkled his nose. What the hell is that smell? Bunny folded his arms.
I'm under cover.
O'Rourke waved a hand in front of his face and gagged. Nobody needs to be that convincing. Besides, a minute ago you were only resting, and now you're deep under cover. Which is it? Bunny said nothing to this. Condolences, by the way, said O'Rourke. I hear your little hurling team got demolished in that final you made. Bunny's eyes narrowed, and O'Rourke sensed that maybe there were some buttons you didn't press.